It's like 95%, so I believe battery won't does. Okay.
I know, I don't think that there's a bunch of email on there, but it's gonna be up.
Oh, okay.
We need everybody. Can you just give us a sheet of Pardon?
Good afternoon. Time now being 4:30. Hereby call the public hearing scheduled for December 21st, 2020 at 4:30 p.m. to order. Those present, Mayor Charles Andrews, Councilman Bruton, Councilman McDaniel, Councilman Ruffin, Councilman Thomas, Councilman Hines, and Councilman Fogle. At this time, I would ask Councilman Thomas to deliver the invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for allowing me to be back with my city leaders today. And Lord, watch over us as we go over to the holidays, keep our family safe, and Lord, bless this meeting in the name of Jesus. Amen.
I pledge allegiance. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The purpose of this public hearing is stated in the call and consent agenda for the purpose of allowing public comment on the sale of the purpose of hearing the views of interested members of the public concerning the city's proposed sale of the Monroeville Industrial Park building known as MIBT in the amount of $1 million for the purpose of selling to a private business to be used as a storage and showcase facility. If it pleases the council at this time, I would like to make a presentation as to why I believe that this sale is in the best interest of the city. Those of you who are listening via Zoom, I am Charles Andrews. I am the mayor of the city of Monroeville. We're in a public hearing as previously stated on December 21st, 2020. The facility that we have in that is up for discussion, so next slide please, is this building here, which is known as the MIP building. It is located in the Monroeville Industrial Park. It sits on approximately 11.2 acres of land. This building was initially a spec building. It has been modified for the purpose of a company by M Block to move in and take possession. At this time, M Block is not taking any possession of the building, and the building remains vacant. Next slide, please. The building sits on approximately 11.2 acres of land, which is displayed here. It shows the adjoining properties to it. Next slide. And this is the building site. This is the existing building. This is all of the acreage. This building has been advertised as having 11.2 acres of land. The asking price for the city at the time that was advertised was approximately $2.3 million. As of this date, we have not had an offer of $2.3 million for the sale of this building. We do have a potential purchaser. The potential purchaser is known as Kelly and Company, LLC. They are an assignee of Dynamite Fireworks, a limited liability company. This is a transactional relationship in which they are offering $1 million cash for the purpose of this purchase of this building. There is no further commitment on the part of the city to make any further investment on this building, if this sale is approved. Next slide. Kelly and Company LLC is a company that provides mobile city and disaster relief operations. Now I can go through and read all this to you, but what I want you to know is that during the hurricanes, this was the company that responded, contractor through Alabama Power Company. They set up on the old VF outlet site. They are an established company. So as we go through and move into this, you know, I know that it is listed as Dynamite Fireworks, but this is a subsidiary. It is not involved with fireworks. Next slide, please.
Oh, sorry. Give me a minute, sorry.
Yeah.
It just frozen.
You know, technology will do that.
Mayor, there was only one on the list out there, so I asked him what if you want to go back through.
Okay. Okay, the appraisal on this building was completed by Mr. Tony Lewis. Prior to any discussion coming up concerning this building, there had not been an up-to-date appraisal completed. So we asked Mr. Lewis to come in and do an appraisal on the building and the property. And as you see, this is the current site that we're looking at. It comes down into this area, makes an L, and comes back out, which composes 11.2 acres. Next slide. Okay, the appraisal of the property, which included the land, 11.26 acres, the building, which is 40,000 square feet of warehouse space, to include 22,000 square feet of covered hard surface area, surface outside area, was appraised for $1.2 million. So that's the current appraisal on the building. For comparison, the Standard Furniture Company building located in Frisco City, listed for $2 million with 425,000 square feet, 46 acres of land, and borders an active railway. If I'm not mistaken, that building sold for $1.6 million. That's comparison. Next slide. This building is a spec building in Opp, Alabama. I think it was completed in 2011, and it has a total of 40,000 square feet and available square footage, 40,000 square feet, and if they expand it. Anyway, the asking price for this building, which is comparable to what we have in Monroeville Industrial Park, is $950,000. Give you some idea of what's comparable. Next slide. So let's talk about what's related to the city's current investment. Currently, this loan is not linked to the property. This loan is based off the credit and good name of the city of Monroe. So this building is not used as collateral for this loan. The city will be relieved of all property financial obligations due to this being a cash purchase. So the city is not involved in any changes or any modifications to this bill. All that falls upon the owner. The current tenant in the city has a 30-day exit clause, which is basically standard language in any lease agreement. Also, there are still numerous other buildings still available for sale or lease in Monroe, some of which city may not own, but they are available and can be utilized to attract the industry and be shown. This is a comparison of where we stand right now. And I've listened to many council members, and some of your comments I've heard is about death of the city. But right now, as it stands, if we do not sell this building or don't do anything, our current loan amount would be $1,568,268.29. Now, you see two interest rates here. The reason that you see two interest rates is that this loan was based upon occupancy of that building by M Block to provide jobs, which M Block failed to fulfill. So when you go back and considering that, since the building is being used for storage at this point in time, the loan rate would increase to 3.45%. And the reason behind that is that they would be, the financial institution ends up having to pay on the interest that they make off of that loan. The loan period as it stands now is for 27 years. If we start looking at today, from this day forward, or at least from January 1st, 2021 forward, our monthly payment is $7,466.11. Our optional monthly payment is $116.89, which brings our total number of monthly payments to $7,583. So the number of monthly payments left is 324. The city will pay over the life of that loan, if we have to take care of it all the way out, $713,384.12 in interest. If the city determines that they wish to sell that building in the industrial park and take the $1 million, apply that to the loan, that brings the balance of the loan to $568,268.29. We would still be at a 3.45 interest rate. That loan period is basically for 8 years. Beginning on January 1st, 2021. The monthly payment will basically still be the same, at which time we're looking at 38 payments. The city would have paid $51,510.68 in interest. However, on April 1st of 2024 is when the balloon payment will come due on that loan. If the city takes this option, we will in fact have we could pay the loan off for $323,113.12 and be debt free. Now, if the city does not, I gave out amortization sheets in a prior meeting. On April 1st, 2024, the balloon payment coming due would be $1.4 million. So the question is, do we pay off the $1.4 million, or do we go back and refinance the $1.4 million? Which, because it is a balloon payment on a variable interest, there's no guarantee that you could get 3.45%. It could go higher, it could go lower. Nobody can look into the future and tell us at this time.
There it goes. Office 365.
Okay, these are the things that I would ask the council to consider in this state. Number one is the reduction of the city's debt. We will go from basically at $1.4 million in 2024 to $323,000. Savings on the interest that's paid. And I think it shows where that interest is going to run $661,000. Yes, $661,873.44 is the amount of interest that we would save over a period of time. We have no foreseeable prospects for the future sale of this building. This building was built in 2007. It's been vacant basically for 13 years. We don't have any foreseeable prospects for the future. The customization of the building, it did not add equivalent value or market attractiveness to the building. It will eliminate the need for the city to provide ongoing maintenance and repairs. As we have seen with all buildings, not just the buildings that are occupied by industry, but even the buildings that the city owns for their own purposes, that we incur maintenance costs. And the severity of what happens to that building determines what those maintenance costs will be. This is one of the other things. It provides a showcase for prospective clients. This gentleman wants to set up a base of operations here out of Monroeville to respond to all of these disasters. This base of operations will cover the states of Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia, and North Carolina. He will be bringing in prospective clients to look at his operation. And the good thing about it is this, is that some of those clients who come in here may do the same thing that this gentleman came and saw. He loved the small town feeling of Monroeville. He felt welcome, and that played a big part in his decision to locate here in Monroeville. So he will be bringing other prospective clients in, looking at his operation, giving us an opportunity to expose them to other interests in Monroeville that they may have and want to commit to. As I said, it is a staging area for disaster recovery equipment as demonstrated through the past two hurricanes. Now, how impressive was it? You know, during the last hurricane, everybody was concerned about being able to get back up online and operating. I even went online, and the Corporation of Alabama Power was able to go back and post some updates. That Saturday night, when this gentleman started rolling in with all his equipment, you got people sitting up out there with cameras photographing, saying, y'all, they are here, they are coming, we getting relief. So that was one advantage of having this type of business located here. As I said earlier, the unknown interest rate from April 1st, 2024, when the balloon may comes due, we don't know what it'll be. It could be lower, it could be higher. With everything that's going on with COVID and the markets right now, you know, it's not stable, so we don't know. Now, I know it goes back and talks about jobs, but at this point with this operation, it does provide one-time permanent job. But if you saw where his operation is out there, it would incur over 100 temporary jobs during emergency response events. And from what I can gather, that they're very well paying jobs. You're looking at a minimum of what I understand, at least 75 truck drivers. Then you gotta have people to go through there and prepare the meals, load them up, and prepare to send them out. So that is a start for where it stands. So, you know, as we go through, and we're at the point of me concluding my comments, I see an opportunity for the city to reduce its debt, And in 2024, we have the opportunity to be free. And we not have to look at all those other recurring payments. So I wish to thank you for your time. I hope my comments have been informative for you and enabling you to get to the point to make a decision. I know that we had a sign-in sheet for anyone who wishing to make any public comments. And at this time, I open the floor for those. Okay. There being no public comments, do I have a motion to adjourn the public hearing? All in favor? Thank you. At this point. I would like to call to order the special call meeting for the city of Monroeville, Alabama. On the special call agenda is 2 items for action. We have item A, Monroeville Ordinance 20-12-001, in which it declares the real property of the Monroeville Industrial Park building no longer needed for municipal purposes. Do I have a motion for this item?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Okay. Discussion.
I have one question, Mayor, and you can direct it to Jess if you want to. Is there anything in there if we decide to make this sale that will stop this person from selling the building for profit within, say, 3 years? Right.
No. I'm not aware of any restriction on it once we make that statement.
That's not his intent.
Have we had any other offers on this building?
No, sir.
Has it been advertised?
It has been advertised through the EDA site. And this was the only offer that came back during that whole period of time.
Has it been advertised online and paper, or how has it been advertised?
You mean, it's been on our website, the EDA website, and on the EDPA, which is the state website, for, I guess, as long as, well, it was there when I came to the city.
And now the current occupant, have they been, I know they have first right of refusal, have they been contacted?
I did contact that office yesterday.
And they're not interested?
Of course, you know, his health condition.
Yeah, I understand.
Far as I know, we did not have any public comment, but all personal contacts I've had, everybody's been against of personally to me for different variety of reasons. One is not the creation of jobs. The other is the fact that we're taking such a loss on the sale of the value of the property. That's my only comments as far as that part.
Yes, sir. Well, I think if you notice on the comparisons that were done, what the city originally asked for that building, none of those fall in range with comparisons. So, you know, we are getting 83% of the market value of that building.
That's been that's the folks that have contacted me. I haven't had anybody forward. The one thing was, you're gonna still owe $500,000 and you'll have nothing to show for it. The other comment was, it's appraised for 1.2 and you're gonna sell it for $200,000 less than the appraised value. So the day the paperwork's signed, the guy can turn right around and make 200. His investment is worth $200,000 more. that he paid. And that's been the comments that I've had from folks. Plus the fact that what are you gonna have to show people, when they come to town looking? That's been that's been 2 or 3 of the.
I understand. And one of the things about, Brian, even if we don't make another payment after this building is sold, we have reduced the city's debt to a little over $500,000, which enables us to look at the possibility if someone came in with an offer, want to locate here. And the trend now is that if you have a industrial park in which you have a pad prepared, then they would consider looking at virtual buildings. Now, once they go through and they look at a virtual building to consider putting on that pad, my next question to them would be, what would be your investment versus the city taking on all of the responsibility?
Now, where is this guy from? Where is he from?
He is from Missouri. But as I said, we have received no other offers. There's an opportunity to reduce the city's debt by at least 2/3.
And as far as the saving on the interest, on April 1st, 2024, if we don't pay the $323,000, we're going to incur interest going forward for X amount of time there. So, I don't think we can say that we're going to save over $600,000 because we have to refinance.
That would be over the life of the loan based on current rates with the payments that we're currently making.
And paying off 323, right?
No, once we pay off the 323.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You still, on April 1st, you got to pay the 323, right?
You have to pay the
If you don't pay it, then you're going to have to refinance.
Right, but 323,000 is much better than in excess of 1.4 million. That's what we're looking at on April 1st, 2024.
Suppose when we have some more jobs coming in here, so where would we go? I mean, where would we take them if we have like 25 more jobs coming in?
There are other vacant properties in the city. They may not be city owned, but there are other vacant properties that could be considered for other businesses. And as I said, if they come in and they have a spec building, we have the location out there where, and what most are asking for now is for the city to prepare the pad for the building to go on. And at that point in time, they will look at a virtual spec building and which could be constructed by the city. By paying this loan down, it gives us money that we could actually go back or increases our line of credit, it frees up our line of credit, so that we could go back to a financial institution and then look at the prospect of building that virtual building. But as it stands right now, if someone came in and they asked for a virtual building, even if we provide the pad, we would incur more costs to the city to build that virtual building on top of the 1.5 million we already own.
And two, the prospective buyer comes to town, we offer you $1 million, take it or leave it. I have a tendency to leave it. I mean, he's not willing to negotiate or anything else. So, I mean, I don't understand that part of it. If he's not willing to negotiate on this, what kind of neighbors and business partners he gonna be going down the road?
Okay?
I think we should try to get somebody around town.
Yes, sir.
I think on that, on Larry's question, if you don't pay the loan off, the 300, basically, if you just left it at the same term, it would be about 5 more years. So you would pay about 29,000 in interest if you don't pay the 323 off. So as opposed to, when we were talking about the additional, so it would probably reduce the savings by 29,000 on the other, so that's still.
I've looked at it, struggled all the different angles on it. The main thing I'm considering is we were already planning on paying approximately 100,000 on it this year, as our normal debt service. So that kind of reduces it into a 450 range of difference in my head, the way I'm thinking about it. I'm just for getting that off the balance sheet and making the city more liable to be able to finance future projects.
And that's where I feel the same way I feel. We had it for 13 years and we went through several different agents, like 88 people and still sitting there. I hate to see it sit there for another 13 years. And nobody don't use it. And I like the way we're gonna do this burger thing. I think it's a whole lot better because a lot of, now people going small. They're not building big buildings anymore. And so that bill was modified, so it's not a spec bill anymore. I did the same thing earlier. I went around and asked questions about it, and they said get rid of it, the people I talked to. And it was hard for me to.
Why did they say get rid of it?
Because they said for 13 years and nothing been done, but nobody else.
I know, but we do need a building here in case we do get some jobs in here.
Okay, for some 13 years, tell me that.
Technically, it has been 13 years of the building that we're looking at right now.
Well, that building was built in 2000.
Yeah, but that was the original part of it, not the very version we have.
And it was built out for a tenant,
Yeah, but
which as we go from day to day.
that's what I'm saying, that we put all that on, we modified for this person. They developed on us. And you know,
It'd be nice if somebody in Monroe County could get it instead of that.
where they had opportunity.
Do you
Well,
think
we
that,
ain't talked to Billy Jones yet, I'm thinking.
do you think the reason why it has been sitting empty for, and hasn't been long years is being is because it was modified specifically for this certain company?
No, that was just how many years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, that it was modified. It hadn't been that long.
And, you know, the city still hadn't got any inquiries about anybody wanting to buy it.
Well, and one other thing too, nowadays, the cost of building would be a whole lot more than doing a renovation on that building if it was within certain parameters.
But I even look at it from the standpoint that if you have to go back and modify it again, and they're hoping or wishing that somebody comes back in, and what if they don't? So you spent more money, and then you're not gonna be able to get anything out of it. I looked at it from 2 different ways, and I'm kind of leaning towards, selling,
But you're not gonna modify it unless you have somebody that's coming in. You're not gonna just go out there and make modifications.
right. So, I mean,
So
it's
you're gonna have to have somebody
Yeah.
before you do anything else.
I would think that if somebody came in, the first thing is that they need to have some skin in the game.
Yeah, that's where we messed up with that.
Yep.
They need to
You're
bring
right.
something to the city. And in this instance right here, this gentleman is not asking anything from the city. It is $1 million cash transaction. The city doesn't have to do any modifications. The city doesn't have to maintain insurance. The city does not have to provide maintenance or any of it. And it reduces our debt from the over $1.5 million down to the lower 500,000, which I feel confident, that the city, if we plan properly, would be prepared to pay that off.
Well, my thing is, the appraised value is 1.2, and he's offering $1 million. To me, the only reason for selling it for less than appraised value is if you can't make the payment. We can make the payments. That's my thing.
All right. Any further discussion?
Parliamentary procedure, since this is the first word of passage for this ordinance, we have to suspend the rules first and then go into the motion for the action. Do you want to do you want to keep the motion in the second for the ordinance, or do you want to go and use the suspend the rules?
I think the most sustainable.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So at this point in time, we need to do the resolution.
No, we're fine with the ordinance. We just needed to suspend the rules since it's the first rite of passage for the ordinance. So Anthony does the motion to suspend the rules, and then we need a second
I
to.
second.
Okay, make that one.
Okay, rules being suspended, properly second, all in favor? Now, having gone through our discussion concerning the sale of the building and the ordinance to declare real property of the Monroeville Industrial Park building no longer needed for municipal purposes. We have a motion on the floor that has been properly seconded. All in favor?
Let's have a voice vote in order.
All right. We have asked for a roll call vote. Okay. Commissioner District Council Member 1, Al Bruton.
I vote yes.
Commissioner, Council Member District 2, Thelma McDaniel.
No.
Council Member District 3, Kendrick Ruffin.
Yes.
Council Member District 4, Anthony Thomas.
Yes.
Council Member District 5, Larry Hines.
No.
Council Member District 6, Melvin Fulton.
No.
We have 3-3 vote. The vote from Mayor Charles Andrews, Mayor of Monroeville, yes. Okay. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 2020-12005 to establish a public purpose to declare real property of the Monroe Industrial Park no longer needed for municipal purposes. Do I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2020-12005? Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? There being none, I'll call for a roll call vote. Councilmember District 1, Al Bruton.
Yes.
Councilmember District 2, Thelma McDaniel.
No.
Councilmember District 3, Kendrick Ruffin. Councilmember District 4, Anthony Thomas.
Yeah.
Councilmember District 5, Larry Hines.
No.
Councilmember District 6, Melvin Fulton.
No.
Okay, considering there's 3 ayes and 3 nays, I cast my vote. Charles Andrews, yes. Okay. There being no further business for the council of this special call meeting, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.